Hello, everyone. Welcome to the official Aurora Pokemon Draft League Season 2 draft. I
Yes,
am on
sir.
the desk with Rec Cactus,
Hello.
Real Dog,
Hello.
and Flambo Jambo.
I.
We've got
And who are you? But who
22
are you? But
teams.
who are you?
I am
Yeah,
not
who are
here,
you?
Yeah. Okay. 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 I got
known
it.
by many other names such as
Goes by Nut for short.
Nutman,
Oh no.
other stuff that I don't know who calls me that. Anyway, we got 20 teams. Biggest season by a lot that we've done.
Crazy.
First pick happens to belong to Riddle Dog.
Yes, sir.
Riddle, would you like the honors of announcing your first pick?
Yeah. I need to find the thing first. The first overall, as you could probably expect, it's gonna be Dragapult.
No shock there.
Right.
Not at all.
Mon.
This thing is extremely fast and hits extremely hard. It can be run physical or special. Good ability that allows it to not be intimidated if you want to run it physically. It's got a great move pool. It's got a really good unique move in Dragon Darts. Just basically 100 base power, can break a focus sash. I don't think anybody is surprised by Dragapult going number 1 here.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was either Dragapult or Iron Valiant. I can get like the cool dragon guy. Shout out to Rory. I'm gonna name the Mon after him because he likes it. It's like his favorite Mon. It's like so cool. Or it could have like a robot. Right? It could be cool like that either way. So I decided to go Dragapult though.
All right. Well, number 2 pick is also not a surprise. We had a trade. So the number 2 pick, which was previously owned by Flambo Jambo, captain of the Slagooners, has been traded away to. Let me see if I can find it on the sheet.
Lost
here.
Silver. The Drowsy
Lost
Deceivers.
Silver and the Drowsy Deceivers, who would have had the 9th pick. So we can go ahead and put that in. Zamazenta Crowned.
The Wolves.
Another 19-point Pokemon, most expensive in the draft. You can't really go wrong with it. It's really good because you can just click Body Press and you can have Iron Defense that will boost both its defense and its attack because it's using Body Press. It gets the same type attack bonus from it as well. So yeah, it's really strong. It's really fast. It's really bulky. It can't hold an item, but it's fine because it's just so incredibly massive.
Yeah, I mean, Flambo had it last
I
season.
did. Zendaya crowned. It was really great. I will say, while we still wait for number 3, the best thing about Zamazenta for me was it gave me a solid game plan every week. I put out the dog, and then I forced my opponent to have to swap into a ghost type Pokemon or die.
Yeah.
So it was, I made it so they couldn't scale up against me if they tried to like Dragon Dance, Swords Dance, things like that. It was kind of tough for them as we have some more picks coming in.
Got number 3 in Iron Valiant.
Yes.
Which is just a really, really scary Pokemon in itself. It's really fast. The problem with Iron Valiant is you don't know whether it's physical or special, which makes it really, really scary.
Yeah, I mean, fairy fighting. It's always good to have fairy like that.
Next, we have at number 4 another pick that was traded. So this one will go to the Moss Deep Tandemaus by Rusty Goomba. He's going to select Tapu Lele. The first non-19-point Pokemon sets up Psychic Terrain, which is very good terrain. It boosts the power of Psychic moves. Maybe we'll see a lot of Psychic spam come out of Rusty Goomba's team. It also prevents priority moves. So all those like quick attacks and things, if he's got like Focus Sash or Sturdy
Sucker Punch.
Yeah. So number 5, coming off the board is Chiyu going to Kevin Durant.
Matthew. He's back.
He does not escape the top 5. So there it is. Everyone's favorite fish.
Chiyu's
My goat.
overheats.
Number
Calculator.
6, the Mount Silver Steelix Mega Aggron. I did not see this coming at all.
What even point is that?
It's a 12.
It's 12.
Pokemon.
That's a 12-point Mon going in.
Wow.
So the Steelix team going with
A steel
Aggron
type.
instead of Steelix. Maybe he stacks them both. but no. Number 7, Torchic Chicken Bakes. We got Tapu Coco.
Yeah.
No surprise there. I think.
Everyone who's talked to Skycer knew that he was gonna do this.
Yeah. You can make like a whole team around Tapu Koko with all the Quark Drive Pokemon, so no surprise there. Number 8 is another pick that got traded. Whalefish. It's gonna take Mega Mawile. I know some people wanted this one, so it going 8, probably a little earlier than I would have expected, but Mega Mawile is really, really scary. So no surprise that it goes this early.
Yeah.
And at number 9 is Flambeau, your pick that was originally traded.
It is.
Mega Garchomp. Let me see if I can find you. You are up there.
What made you want to go Mega Garchomp?
Well, you know, it might already be leaking, showing what, you know, it is. People who know Mega Garchomp know that gets the ability Sand Force. So I may be looking into a bit of a little sandy team going on.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Next we've got Charbatron, who I know she wanted Mega Mawile. That got taken a little ahead of her. However, she's going to take the final 19-point Pokemon off the board with Qianpao, which is appearing for the first time because it was banned last season for being too strong. It's
Getting
allowed
that 10 too is crazy. That's
now.
pretty
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fact that it fell that far?
Next up, we go with probably the most versatile mon in the whole draft, Great Tusk.
Indeed.
Yeah,
For
he
the
does
ice
all-
spinner and getting rid of rocks.
It
is a
does
fantastic
everything
mon.
for you.
It does everything.
KO's Pokemon, it spins, it sets rocks. It's so versatile.
Yeah.
12, Muffin gets what he wants.
He did
Allison
it,
falls
chat!
to him, Muffin's happy.
Chat, he's done it. He was so worried about being able to get the Palafin this season. He's like, Riddle, is there anyone you think that like wants to be able to get it? And I'm above me. I'm like, I don't know, man. You're pick 12. I could maybe see it, right? But
Yeah.
it seems like a lot of the captains have been focusing on their mega for the most part, like Lambo
Okay.
Jambo here and Aeroseas.
Yeah. Speaking of megas, we got 13 and 14 coming in now. 13 is Thundurus Therian going to Nash. 13-point Pokemon, a little lower than he expected, but he wants to lock in a value pick early.
Very
And then
much
at
so.
14, Zafton, I believe, had the pick. Yes, Mega Diancie.
Mega
Yes.
Diancie. It is a very fun mon that has very good sweep potential, but steel types are very brutal. So we'll see what he does with that.
Iron Bundle is then going to go to War, who
Yes.
takes a really fast little goofy guy. Rusty Goomba had Iron Bundle last season and struggled with it, but we'll see. I think
I
this
love
Pokemon's
Misty
very
Hydro
good.
Pump.
Yeah, you can put specs on it. Nancy is up next, and I am drafting for Fancy, so let me get 1 second so I can pull up.
He's picking up
Yes.
Lechonk, right?
Yeah, I heard
Nancy is
Lechonk.
going to take Landorus Incarnate,
Ooh.
which is Sheer Force Pokemon,
Yeah.
which goes
Yeah.
crazy in draft league. Sheer Force
It
plus Life
kills
Orb.
everything.
Yeah, it makes things fall over.
What's
70%.
Sheer Force do?
For people that don't know, Sheer Force makes it so that moves with a secondary effect no longer have their secondary effect, but increase in power by 30%, which stacks with Life Orb while also getting rid of Life Orb's recoil.
Oh, it gets rid of Life Orb's recoil?
Yeah.
On those moves specifically. So next, I am up.
What are you
Let
cooking?
me lock this in. I am going to grab Mega Gyarados.
Ooh.
A lot of teams
Interesting.
looking to get that. What made you go Mega Gyarados? What's your train of thought right here?
I wanted something that was bulky enough to take a hit and still be threatening. The idea with this is it can set up with Dragon Dance, while still like switching in with Intimidate and taking hits. So, Koniko has locked in Burger King Foot Lettuce. I don't know what that is. Oh, sorry, Sneasler. Okay, yeah.
Right.
Derek, you had Sneasler.
Yeah,
Didn't you like
Unburden kind of goes crazy. Poison Point allows something. I forgot what the other one is called, but it's just a great pivot in general. Unburden allows it to sweep many teams. If he just sets it up correctly, it'll be broken. Especially if he just gets like a
Yeah.
anyone
Poison
with
Poison
a,
Touch is what you're thinking of.
Yeah, Poison Touch. Yeah. Just broken.
Weather Ball Jolteon are going Galarian Slowking.
Ooh.
Very good.
Um,
Early
pivot,
reception.
Very
Yeah,
common
it's
and
earlier
high.
than I would have thought, but I think people have learned their lesson in this league that Galarian Slowking's just really, really good.
Yeah.
20, a traded pick for Sonic Ronic. Our last pick of the first round is Roaring Moon. 15 points only. I did some looking at other draft leagues, and what I found out is really surprising. Roaring Moon averaged the most KOs in in all draft leagues combined. That's
Really?
Smoke on track.
Wow.
So yeah, it goes crazy sometimes. 21, we got Mega Scizor
Going to Sonic Ronic as
going
well.
to Sonic Ronic. He's got back-to-back picks, and I love Mega Scizor. It's such a good pick at this
Yeah.
point. Second round pick. I can't believe Mega Scizor is on the board. I'm going to be completely honest. I thought it would go really, really fast.
Mhm.
The fact that it's on the board honestly indicates maybe no one's going Rain, potentially, because
Mm.
that's such a good one for Rain. But we'll have to see.
Is it?
Yeah, it takes half damage from fire type moves from in Rain, and
Oh,
it's only got one move in fire.
true.
Oh.
22, Weather Ball Jolteon are going with Kyurem, which I think is the highest base stat total Pokemon allowed in the league, or close to it. Regigigas might be more, but it's big. It hits hard. Number 22. Sorry, number 23 is Iron Moth from Sky.
And I believe that's half of Weather Ball Jolteon's points now taken off the board.
Yeah.
About.
Iron
Yeah, it
Moth.
looks like it.
I had Tapu Koko plus Iron Moth in season 0, and they put in a lot of work, and I am on the board. You guys aren't gonna like me, but I'm taking Alolan Ninetales.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Not a
Who
surprise
could have
there.
thought?
I
You liked it so much winning you the ring last season?
yeah. See, I named my team the Lanakila Kitsune, so I kind of have to take it, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
It's valid.
Yeah.
It's valid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's screen setter. Obviously, you can pivot into probably maybe snow Pokemon. Again, with a smaller budget, you can get a lot of those Pokemon that are good in snow with Slush Rush or things like that. Usually smaller point values because they're not usually as viable, but in the hands of someone as good as Mr. Nuttier, could be scary.
Okay, the number 25 Fancy is taking Garchomp.
The Chomp.
Oh.
The normal Chomp compared to the Mega one, Mr. Jambo here. So-
Yeah, so I know Fancy wanted Mega Garchomp if it was available, but since it's not, just taking the other one. It's a Pokemon that's fallen out in the regular metagame, but in Draft League it's still phenomenal.
Yeah. We will have a tiny bit of a break here with war coming in, but
It would
That's
appear
fine
as
with
though
me.
Fancy has a similar game plan to me, huh? Who would have thought?
Mega Gardevoir.
Mega Gardevoir. Okay,
Mega Guard.
I really like that pick from War actually. I think it goes really, really well with Iron Bundle specifically. In that it's gonna cover a lot of the things that Iron Bundle can't hit. And then right after Zapdom's gonna go Galarian Darmanitan, which I talked to him a little bit about drafting, and he was asking me what it does, and it just hits everything in front of it. It just knocks things over.
Guerrilla Tactics go burr.
Yeah, turns out. That puts Nash on the board again with a traded pick. Rotom Wash goes off the board. 14-point Mon. I didn't expect a Rotom appliance to be taken this early, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah.
But I knew Nash wanted it, so you know what?
There's
sure he
that
gets it
14.
second round.
Yeah.
Next, we've got Muffin Lumps taking Ting Lu. This is no surprise for anybody that talked to Muffin about his plans. You knew he wanted Palafin Ting Lu. He's got to be happy. He's got both.
He got exactly what he wanted, right? I
Yep.
mean, I don't think there's any Pokemon that was really picked up that he's like super like looking for, really either. You know, there's like no big surprises for him.
Yeah. And that's right before Charbotron picks. And okay, I know Charlie just got another pick stolen right in front of her. She wanted Mega Latias. Not Mega Nancy. Loses out right in front, but she's gonna take
Mega
the
Latias
Pokemon
just
that
went
does
way too far in this draft, I feel.
the exact
Had
same
they
thing.
picked up.
She's gonna get the other huge power Mega, and that's Mega Medicham.
Mhm.
So it's I think it has the highest attack stat of any Pokemon, if I'm not wrong. It's either that or Mega Medicham. No, sorry, Mega Mawile does have a stat slightly higher, but it's 100 base attack with pure power. Doubling it is a lot.
Yeah, 200 base attack with 100
Lambo?
speed is just a budget.
Flambo, you are locking in Tyranitar.
I am
You
locking
wanna
in
cheat?
Tyranitar.
Fighting
Type moves are gonna hurt. But
Yeah, so he's got Mega Garchomp, Tyranitar, so pretty sure everybody knows what he's doing.
I don't think so.
Erases then just takes any next future plans of mine. And
Rotom
It's
Heat
on
next from Whalefish. Another Rotom appliance going early. Unsure what the plan is with Mega Mawile Rotom Heat. But they're both solid mons. So next we've got Cornico. The
Levitate.
Right here.
where are they? I'm lost on my own sheet. They pick after.
Well, I'm
me.
freaking
It's a
lost too,
traded
bro.
pick.
Yeah.
Hisuian Gudra.
I mean, it's the logo. I mean, it could have gone either way with
Yeah,
it,
Who could have seen the
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 Gudra team getting
picking up a
Gudra.
Gudra? I don't know.
Yeah.
Erases is up next, and he grabs Excadrill. So I'm guessing that's a mon that both Flambo and Fancy want, because they both got these sand setup teams. But Erases is not letting him get it. So Excadrill off the board. The best spinner for sand teams, the best support mon for him, is gone. Panini just made a very scary pick, and that is Mega Charizard. Why? So he's got a Sunsetter plus Chiyu right now. Yeah.
Retro. Huh.
Someone ban Erases right now.
GU. Yeah, I'm ready to see Matthew do a lot.
Okay, next we've got. Is this Nash's pick next?
I assume so, right? It was Panini Nash. It is 37.
I'm just making
is
sure.
Nash.
Did
37
Nash
is Nash.
make a trade?
Yes. 37 is Nash. At least I have it down there because that's his
Okay.
normal spot.
Thank you.
That's his normal
First
spot.
and third for a first and second. Okay, thank you. I'm just making sure we did not
Mess up.
mess things up. Yeah. So he's gonna take Pelipper. So yeah, Rain team.
The rain.
We've got a
could've
Rain
seen
team
it?
on the board. We've got Sand teams on the board, and we've got a
Where
Sun
the heck
team
is
on
it?
the board.
It's so fun. Has there been like a sand team like that before?
I don't think anybody's
think
done
so.
a Sand team yet.
Yeah, but I was talking to Panini. I was helping him with his sheet, and originally he was like, "There's 4 different like weathers. Does that mean there's gonna be 4 different like different weather teams like with their own thing?" I'm like, I don't. Normally there isn't, because like you see your rain, you see your sun, you don't see sand as much, and like you don't really. What, snow is the last one? You don't see
Yeah,
that.
you don't see snow very often. We got another pick. Invictus is taking King Gambit, first round pick last season. This thing's a menace. This thing's so annoying to deal with. Luckily, no Terra this season, but Iron Valiant plus King Gambit is going to be so hard to beat. That's going to be such a hard duo to beat. I really like that pick from Invictus. We've got Lost Silver taking Clefable. Clef is
Interesting
gone.
pick.
Yeah, so
I kinda like
it's
the
actually
Clef.
kind of like he's got the that Steel Fairy Core already. Very defensive mons that can also put out a lot. So now we got Riddle. End of second, going in the third round, 2 picks in a row.
Yes, sir.
Mega Lopunny.
They got the Banui.
To go with a ghost type Pokemon, I really like that. You know, helping out the dark and psychic types. Dragapult can deal with the psychic while worrying about dark, and Mega Lopunny can take care of those dark. Works really well. And then, I was telling people that Iron Treads would not make it past the third round, and it's going to go immediately in the third round.
I mean,
Besides, that's the one everyone wants, right?
I mean, I got Iron Treads last season, and he was able to do super well. And I mean, I'm like looking at the list of everything he has. I'm like, wait, I didn't even notice. I just sort of like took what was recommended and rolled with that. But he was really good for me.
Yeah. Flambeau takes Dracovish. So there's the scariest mon in sand that you can do, or rain, sand or rain. This thing's crazy. It's off the board. Vicious Wren makes it deal double damage as long as it can go first, and Sand Rush makes it go first while it's in sand. So yeah, this thing's gonna be an absolute
Ooh.
menace. I know. I don't even know what a racist was cooking, and I've got fancy draft plans. I can guarantee you, if they're both looking at sand, they also wanted this guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that I could maybe try to steal him early in the 4th round, but I think my hand has kind of been forced here, and I think it's gonna come down to, if all 3 of us are looking for a sand team, it's definitely gonna kill the pool, and it's gonna come down to what kind of value picks we can make around our core here.
Invictus is gonna go Mega Latios, and that kind of completes a cycle of fighting Dark and Psychic. So I really like the core from Invictus. I think he's done an excellent job so far. I think first 2 round picks, he had a really good team, and this is a really good addition to it. Love what he's doing so far.
Yeah.
Rusty Goomba has a pick. This is traded, I believe, from Nash. Iron Crown goes very early. But
I'm surprised.
this is
What
his
point is that?
second pick. It's a 10-point mon. It goes really well with Tapu Lele.
It is super good.
With Psychic spam. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
really
What,
good.
expanding? Does it also learn expanding force?
I believe so.
It does. It does.
Yikes.
It does have expanding
Um,
force.
Panini next, and he's got a fire core right now. He's gonna grab Mew. He's got 2 fire type Pokemon, so he wants to make sure that he's got his bases covered, and there's no better way to make sure you've got other things covered than Mew, because it can do anything.
Yeah. That's fair.
Okay, Aracy's making it known he is doing sand. He takes Mew with. He's got his sand setter. Yeah. No surprise there. I think we all saw that.
Yeah.
Sand. So looks
That's
like
very
about 3 people doing sand teams. So yeah.
That's crazy,
a lot.
man.
Only 1 we've seen of sun and 1 of rain. So kind of, wow.
Do they face each other? That'd be funny.
I don't know. You'll have to look at the schedule, but Grimmsnarl goes for Koniko, so that's greens for the team with Hisuian Godra and Sneasler. Kind of like that pick a lot. Sonic is up next, and okay, it finally goes. I'm surprised it's not the last 18-point mon to go. We've still got Urshifu, but Deoxys Speed's gonna go. So
Yes.
this is good for Sonic. He did need like a lead Pokemon, and yeah, he's got it. Deoxys Speed, best lead. That's what it's good at. It does one thing very well, and that's lead. And he's got a big budget to spend. You know, I like that pick. Lost Silver up next, and Hisuian Zoroark.
I'm such a big fan of the Hisuian Zoroark, man. I had
also
it
like
last
that.
season.
Again, Lost Silver has the Zamazenta, so that prevents any silliness, right? If they put in the disguise Zoroark to take a body press, now there's only Zoroark who can maybe do that. So I kind of like that pick from Lost Silver. It gets that ghost type as well as kind of plays around their Zamazenta a little bit.
So Charbitron taking Tapu Fini here.
Tapu.
This is so I like this pick because it gives like a bulky side, and it also makes sure that Chien-Pao and Mega Metacham can't be burned, which is actually really important because it's 2 physical attackers.
Yeah.
It also kind of gives a dark fighting and fairy core, dark fighting fairy, dark fighting psychic. She's got another core that similar to Invictus, right? Good pick there. Derek, you're on the board. You want to announce this one?
I just picked up Hisuian Samurats. It is a very good spike setter. Has sharpness, does a crap ton of damage, decently bulky, has overall great stats, great water type, great dark type that fix my psychic fighting and dark trio. Overall good mon.
I had this guy last year. I put him in the lead slot, and he was a suicide lead and he did excellent. He did his job. You know, I'd choice scarf him most of the time. Sometimes he'd make it out, but most of the time, you know, I just want him to click ceaseless edge until he dies.
Yep, that's all
He
you got
clicked
to do.
ceaseless edge until he dies, and he did a good job at that. Muffin gets
Yeah.
Cyclizar. Muffin got the first 3 Pokemon he wanted. He's happy.
Let's go. He's taking those. He
He's-
takes them. Just
he's
like
got
the
the
first two.
exact
He's
3 he
still
wanted.
winning. He's still winning.
I cannot believe it, but you know, Good for him. We've
Yeah.
got the Tandem Mouse on the board. Taking Armarouge, so another Psychic Spam Pokemon. Rusty has 3 Psychic types.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you're going to have to bring Dark types against Rusty, but he's got Tapu Lele also, so you can't just rely on a single Dark type. Scary team. He's got a theme and he's sticking to it.
Yeah, just like Muffin.
Who is next? This is the Electrics.
It is
We're gonna pick
after.
up Landorus. Landorus
Landorus
Therian
Therian.
has survived this long. I didn't even realize that was on the board. That's crazy. That's a mon I did not expect to be there still. I don't think anything needs to be said about Landorus Therian. It's been so good for so long. It just exists. War is next, and I think Latios going makes it so that all of the Latis, Mega and Normal, are off board before the 3rd round's over.
Is it?
Yeah. So War has Latios. Derek has Mega Latios.
Looking for a Latias.
Who took
Latias is a very high point.
No one has
Nicholas
Latias.
took
No one has
Latios.
Latias. No one has Latias. In 13
Oh, okay,
points.
okay. No one has Latias. Got it.
Uh-huh.
So there's one available still.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. I think Fancy's on the board.
Yes. 56.
They want... we're giving Fancy Mega Tyranitar.
I got T-Tar. More sand!
Yeah, so we've got a 3rd sand team locked up. That's a 3rd
Oh
sand
my god, I'm gonna go insane.
team. Yeah, so I mean, I think this makes a lot of sense for Fancy, right? This is the sand player they wanted. Let me switch back. So I am on the board.
What are you doing?
I'm taking Slowking.
Slow King.
My most expensive Pokemon that I have prepared for at 30 points.
What makes you go Slow King?
Bulky Regenerator.
Yeah.
I need some sort of bulk.
Mhm.
Whoops.
I mean that's what I had season 0. I had the Mega Slowbro because I thought he was funny. That was before I even knew what Regenerator was. And I mean it just felt so good at least. So I can understand the Slow King like that.
Yeah, it's the other thing is it's got chilly reception, which is an alternate way of setting snow.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you guys will love that I'm indicating I'm going snow.
Let's go!
Geyser has Meowscarada at 58 after I blunder and cause the draft to go off the rails as I input the wrong number. Skycer, Meow. I'm honestly surprised Meowscarada was this.
I
available.
know. I mean,
It's a really good Pokemon in draft. Especially
Meow did a
draft.
lot.
And it has
for-
such good coverage. It's a really good like U-turner. It's just so good at what it does. It's really dangerous and underrated. Logan's gonna take Gliscor, the Weather Ball Jolteon.
A classic, right? You know.
I'm actually surprised. I'm even more surprised Gliscor lasted this long. This is such an insane mon in Draft League. Because
And at
Poison
14
Heal,
points.
yeah, 14 points. Poison Heal's so good, and it makes sure that like you always have a way to use an item you don't need on anything else, because no one else is gonna run that. So we get to the end of the 3rd round. Whalefish is gonna go Tapu Bulu into Gastrodon.
Gastrodon, Life Orb, Gastrodon. Come on.
He gets Life Orb Gastrodon. He also gets Tapu Bulu. I'm still unsure what he's doing. So he's got a Fire, Water, Grass core to go with Mega Mawile. But I think he's saying I don't care if you increase the damage of the Grass type move. Gastrodon's not moving it. I think that's what he's saying. But I mean, Tapu is a really good way to make sure that you have terrain control as well. So yeah, I like that pick. Getting a Tapu is always good. Which sends it back to the Weather Ball Jolteon. Take
The 62nd
Blaziken.
pick.
Blaziken is a mon. I wasn't sure where it was going to go. 15 points seems expensive, but then you remember it gets Speed Boost, and Speed Boost spirals out of control.
Yeah.
It's raised by 1 at the end of each full turn on the field. Whoa.
Yeah. Mega Blaziken was banned. It also has Speed Boost. So if we're saying Blaziken can't hold an item but gets increased stats, and that's broken by the fact that it gets the increased stats to the point where it's not allowed to be used. I mean, regular Blaziken with an item is also really strong. So
Yeah.
next we get Koneko with Toxapex. This is a really annoying team to face if you're looking at Koneko's team.
Yeah.
It's just super bulky right now, and then just has Sneasler to wall break.
Cone's friggin' like Hisuian Gudra Toxapex, just the defense, just the pure girth and tonnage, as a wise man once said.
It's true.
It's just crazy.
I am on the board here. I'm going Stack Attack.
Oh my god, alert Fedora Master. Stack Attack has been taken off the board.
Yeah,
he's here.
I don't know. This guy's funny. I like him.
He's got the hit 13 speed. Holy smokes.
Fancy is on the board. Let me consult the fancy sheet real quick.
What made you go Stack Attack? What are you thinking?
He's a funny guy, and I don't want to give away some strats, but at 6 points, I think I can make him work. Fancy needs... This is taken, this is taken. Fancy's taking Goldango.
Ooh, good pick.
I mean...
That's what I was looking at, if I'm being honest.
Goldango won both of the seasons so far, Season 0 and Season 1. So...
It's won both seasons. It's a good mod. I used it last season to prevent defog and rapid spin for my team that wanted to put spikes down with the Hisuian Samurott instead of screens with Alolan Ninetales. Fancy's got a lot of good setters here too. It's immune to sand.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Where's the goat Pikachu? I think he's at a 1 point. Well, we'll have to see. I know Muffin was preaching from the heavens that people should take Pikachu, so...
Okay.
We'll have to see.
Number 66 is War's pick, who is taking Ogerpon H.
What's that, Hearthflame?
That is Hearthflame. I'm surprised this is the first Ogerpon to go. I thought Water would go in the 3rd round for sure, if not earlier, because I knew a lot of people have these Ogerpons on their team, and they're just like really solid. They're fast and hit hard, and they have an item all to themselves.
That is the one bad part about it though, because you can't like make it versatile, but it does hit super hard, and it can sweep if you don't keep it in check.
Zafton's going to take the other Thundurus, so he's got double Genie going on.
Oh god. 1
Therian, 1 Incarnate form. Which brings us to the Tandemaus, who've got a Psychic Spam team. We're taking Hisuian Quillfish.
Hisuian Quillfish, I think, taken before Overquill, right?
Yep, they are the same point value.
Really?
They do basically the same thing. It's just one of them can hold EV Light. Muffin's gonna take Limora. Following that up,
Bro, Muffin stays winning. I literally say it every single time it passes through, but
no one's taken any of Muffin's picks, guys.
They respect him too much. They respect the grind, and I'm happy for him.
Oh, Derek, you took my pick.
Derek, you also just took Charlie's pick again. I can't believe Actually, I don't think that was her pick anymore, but I know she liked it.
Yeah, it's a great steel type, great grass type, good coverage.
He's got a nice 20 speed.
Yeah. Charbitron is on the clock though, so instead of Ferrothorn, I know she also wanted the Ogerpon Hearthflame with this pick in particular, so I wonder what she picks up instead. Maybe she goes a different Ogerpon?
Yeah, I could possibly see it.
But...
Ooh!
Yeah, I mean, the
Gouging Fire instead, she takes a different fire type.
Yeah,
no, that's a good pick. I'm gonna assume, I'm assuming Panini maybe wanted that with the fire team, but I don't know.
I could see it.
Yeah,
he's really funny looking.
Charbitron has taken a lot of points. 19, 16, 16, 15. She is going for broke here with this really solid core.
I mean, may as well, right? As long as you can get like 6 mons that you really can just take every single week, right? Then I mean, you can just get like 2 or 3 random mons. Like she's gonna get a Skitty at the end, right? For like the mascot, we can expect that. But I mean,
if you got 4 good mons you can bring every week.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
Flambeau is going to go Celesteela for the Santa. Oh god.
What's
That's
up?
so
What's up with this guy? What's up with this guy? Whoop.
What the fuck?
What was that?
Someone
What?
was honking outside. My bad.
Oh,
You're fine. I didn't know where that came from. That was the main thing.
What do we got? Okay, we've got a problem with the sheet real quick. Flambeau's. These two picks don't seem to be.
what?
Give us 1 second.
Did I break it? I'm sorry.
No. Really, see how these two cells on the sheet?
I mean, I
have
assume
full
it's just the
overlap?
data validation and that it's actually fun.
Okay, well, we fixed it. Cool.
We'll see. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's just
Celesteela.
the. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Sonic. Okay, so Celesteela, real quick, can Leech Seed, which is really nuts because it's not a grass type and it's like a bulky flying steel type, so it's immune to ground also. It's really bulky.
Oh.
And it also hits really hard. It's really annoying. It's so good at
It's like
falling
a-
with Leech Seed that it can do it in doubles. It can win 1v2s with it.
That's rough.
We've got Sonic, who is following in Charlie's style and is just going to
Going for broke.
Final 18-point mon off the board in round 4, which is nuts. A second dark type for the team, Urshifu single strike. So Sonic is just making
had
most of
them
his money
last?
right now.
I
I
had
love
it.
Yeah. You did?
Yeah, it's. I didn't bring it to its glory. Like, there's a lot of variety that you can do with it. The thing is, fairy types exist, and that is all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Geyser going with another Iron Mon to pair with Tapu Koko. Iron Boulder, new, was not in last season, has been added since. So yeah, another Iron Mon to benefit from that. Steelix team here, Mount Silver Steelix. Araces is picking Aloma Mola, a bulky water pivot.
Hello, Momo.
So that's a regenerator mon off the board that is really hard to deal with if you know how to use it properly. Panini is going Lilligant Hisui, which I love this pick.
Yeah, 8 points
he's
for
doing the
Aloma
Sun
Mola
team.
too.
He's doing
Yep.
this. Oh god.
Well, we knew this. Panini's got the Sun team going on. He gets a graphic.
You already got Mega Charizard Y.
with
Big team.
something to deal with water types. So love that pick. Then we got Nash, who's going Jirachi. Not really the rain team staple, but it is a steel type that benefits from having rain up. So I like the pick. Victini from the team named after Victini, the Vermilion.
Let's go!
Victoria-
Everybody freak out!
Invictus gets
It
Victini as a
happened.
product.
Invictini.
And we got 14 Pokepogs in the chat. And with that, Lost Silver, another pick that has been traded, is going to take Mega Charizard, the other one. So X this time, and both Mega Charizards are off the board now.
Yeah.
15-point Mega. It's kind of a weird one because it turns from a special attacker to a physical attacker, but it just turns out the Tough Claws makes it deal an absurd amount of damage. It also importantly loses the 4 times weakness to rock, which is very helpful when you can't hold heavy duty boots. Riddle, you got 2 picks. You want to announce them?
I do. Yeah, so I'm taking Galar Weezing and Vaporeon here for the Funky Fido. I mean, I want to say, what was it? Whalefish last season had the Galar Weezing and it was able to do really well. And it's got the nice typing with the Poison Fairy. And then I got Vaporeon back. Maybe, I mean, able to do wonders for me last season's Cat's on the way back. I mean, it just lives, at least is what it seemed like. It just lived. It got the 4 times Blizzard Freeze on Whalefish that one time. I mean, Cat's my goat. It won the best wall last season for a reason. So, I'm happy to have Cat back.
Flambeau is gonna take the other Draco.
Yeah.
He's going Dracozolt.
All
this
in,
is
baby.
always
All
helpful.
in.
The list first.
Where can I get you?
I mean, just type it in. It'll work. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
that it doesn't have a drop down.
Okay. I thought it just wouldn't do it at all. Dracozolt.
you're good.
So Flambeau, you've already got Dracovish. So now instead of hitting them with a Vicious Rend, you're gonna hit them with a Bolt Beak. It does the
Yeah.
same thing. It's just a different type. But yeah, they're gonna
Lots
be
of variety.
interchangeable, and you can pick which one you want to bring, or you can bring both of them if you want to be really mean. It's a very offensive team. It's very scary looking.
Yeah.
Both Dracos on the same squad. It's kind of funny to look at, but like you look at his team, it goes really well with it.
It makes sense. And the next pick will be
Oh,
it will be Invictus for pick. Calculating some stuff, figuring out what he wants to do, so
thankfully.
What do you think so far about the team?
I like Flambo's team.
Skyster is getting away with stuff.
Skyster
Tapu
has
Koko,
a
Moth,
really good
Meow,
team
Iron
going
Boulder.
on. Panini's team looks really good. Flambo's team looks really good. As far as non-weather teams go, I really like Invictus's.
Val,
Got a
Gambit.
really good core.
Okay.
Let's see. I like Logan's, the Weather Ball Jolteon. He's got Gliscor and Galarian Slowking. That's gonna be a nightmare to deal with. Gliscor covers for Galarian Slowking's ground weakness, and it's like 2 really hard to deal with Pokemon. Yeah, I also like Red Cactus's team. The Hisuian Samurott with Ferrothorn and Great Tusk, you're gonna have like complete control over hazards all season long. This is a hazard king out here. Also, Muffin's team, big shout out, going exactly the plan, getting all of the rotating Pokemon. Every way to set up hazards, rotate in, force them to rotate out. He's got it. The Rotom rotators are looking very, very solid.
They stay winning.
Lots of rotating. I don't like the Lanakila Kitsune. I don't know what this guy's thinking.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the Stack Attacka
seems like a kind of a throw.
I mean, he'd never be going like Trick Room or something, right?
Yeah,
to make him like
I mean,
go somewhere, especially with like the Slow King. Like, I don't know what this guy is cooking.
He threw out a Mega early, and I think that Mega could have like waited.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Okay, we got Corviknight off the board. I didn't realize Corviknight was still available. That's nuts. This Mon went to Grand Finals last season, and it did so much work for Trevortron's team. Like halfway through the season, like in the second half of the season, she really leaned into Corviknight, and that's when she really started to go off. And this Mon's really, really, really solid. It's so hard to deal with both Corviknight and then the combo of like King Gambit, Iron Valiant. So apparently Sonic is in shambles that Corviknight has been taken. We get the Shaman, who are gonna pick up their Mega finally, and it's really the only one that makes sense here. It's the Mega Swampert. Well, actually, sorry, there's another one that makes sense, but I don't think it's worth taking. Mega Swampert, 11 points. It's
Pelipper, right? You know,
like he can wait till the 5th round to take his Mega because he's the only one doing Rain. It's the only time you would take a Mega Swampert. So it's excellent strategy to just wait on Mega Swampert.
I remember Skyser in Season 0, he drafted the Mega Swampert, and then he was just looking at it, he's like, wait, that's Swift Swim? Oh, I have to go Brain Team, so I had to pick up Polytoad later on, which was funny, but Nash knew at this time around, so... But yeah, I can agree with that. I could see it going later, though.
Yep. Okay, we got Panini on the clock. He's about to get his in. Walking Wake, there's no way that thing is still available, right, guys? We didn't let Panini get Walking Wake with this team.
Early.
He's got Firewater, Grass Core on
Is he the only Sun team?
He's the only Sun team.
Yeah.
That would make sense. That is so brutal.
We let Panini get away with highway robbery. Only Sun team, so he gets all the photosynthesis mons in the world. It's got to be like Charbatron. Take the photosynthesis mons. Can't let him have them. His team's looking so scary right now. If he can just keep Sun up, it's so hard. And like with Mew, he can set it himself too in a bulky way. 86 Moltres from Orices. It did so much for him last season. I like taking again. He showed that he was really good at using Moltres, and if you're really good at using Pokemon, pick them in a draft league. It's where you can really show off your skill with a Pokemon. If you got a pet Mon that you know you can get more value out of than anybody else, you take that Mon, and yeah, he's got Moltres to go here. Another it essentially just it lived way longer than you think it is what it did. We've got the strangest pick of the draft so far. Thwacky.
Wacky going to the
The
Geosenge
Geosenge Gudra. Pick up Thwacky for 3 points.
for a nice 3.
It's terrain, right? It's an Eviolite terrain setter. Like, it gets Woodhammer.
Oh,
It can
Grassy
Swords
Surge.
Dance. It can Swords Dance with Woodhammer. Let me see 1 sec. Does it get Grassy Glide?
Yes, it does.
It gets Grassy Glide, so you can Swords Dance Grassy Glide with this thing. It's got 85 base attack. Like, it's solid. Like, yeah, getting terrain coverage is also really good. Just in general in a draft league. We got Sonic taking Blacephalon.
Blacephalon, the freaking
14
clown.
points. The clown. He's so funny looking. I love him.
Do you?
Yeah, he's great.
I hate him.
He's awesome. Mind Blown is funny. Lost Silver is on the clock. Hoopa Unbound.
Ooh.
Alan.
13 points. So if you don't know about Hoopa Unbound, look at these stats for a second.
It hits like a truck.
160 attack, 170 special attack, 80 base speed. Also, its typing is improved from its normal version. Instead of being Psychic Ghost, it's Psychic Dark, so it's no longer 4 times weak to both Ghost and Dark, but it is 4 times weak to Bug, which sucks because U-turn exists. However, it's fast enough where you can Choice Scarf this, and it will outspeed most things. It's really good. You don't know whether it's going to be physical or special, and it's really scary to deal with. To prep.
Yeah.
Charbotron is going to take... I love this pick. She knows that Muffin is taking all of the rotating mons, so she gets a Shed Tail.
He's still got the Mega. He's still got the Mega. He can still go.
She gets regular Sceptile.
Yeah.
4 points.
At a nice 4.
4 points. So yeah, she had all these huge budget mons, and she's gonna get her budget sync right now. Sceptile. It gets access to Shed Tail. It picked it up when it was added into the generation, so she can set Shed Tails for Mega Metachamp.
Yeah, I mean,
Which is really scary because that Pokemon also gets priority. So it can Sword Stance and start hitting things with
the
priority
SR
moves
sync
while
with
behind
the Scrungly Skitty.
a substitute while switching in safely. Like, really good pick. Oh wait,
Alright,
it gets Unburdened too. That's Unburdened with Tapu Fini, so she can activate its Unburdened ability. Derek's gonna take Skeledirge. I was looking at
The Dirge.
Ultimately, I went with Slowking as my 13-point mon. I love this guy.
Bulky.
Having
Fire type.
Unaware is so good.
Unaware. Yeah.
And then Torch Song does so much. I'll tell you, I use this thing on the ladder and I Choice Scarf it and just click Torch Song, and people don't see it coming. It's just fast enough that you can outspeed a lot of things if you invest speed into it and give it a Choice Scarf. It's a very versatile mon that people don't realize how good it is. Muffin finally takes something that isn't just like, I think what he expected. Maybe something was taken, but he gets back Excalibur.
Yeah. 16-point mon.
I think it can probably Dragon Tail, is my guess.
Let's see. Dragon Tail. Yes, it can. It does know Dragon Tail. So, yeah, I mean, it... Heavy hitter, it looks like 145 attack, so... It's good to see that with the...
Somehow, Rusty Goomba has managed to take Logan's pick here. The Moss Deep Tamed Mouse pick up their Mega Banette, 2 points. Somehow the Weather Ball Jolteon wanted that.
Is that true?
Yeah. Somehow Mega Banette was highly sought after at 2 points. Weather Ball Jolteon have 10 points remaining and don't have a Mega. So yeah. The Electrics are going to grab Orthworm.
I know Muffin was kind of looking at that guy.
Yeah, it's another
Ellie,
Shed Tail
so-
user. So, another ground immunity. It's got 3 ground immunities. He's not going to be weak to ground. War is going to pick up Greninja. Kind of shocked that Greninja's available this late in the draft. Good 15-point mon. And I believe that brings me to Fancy. So let me grab Fancy's draft. Okay, well,
Well,
are gonna like this.
what's
Golden Go Garganackle are on the same team.
Garg?
Reunited once again. I love
Dang, man.
Garganackle. He's so funny.
I like the name.
He was my
I like
Terra
the
captain
name.
last season just to give him more bulk instead of being a rock type, but Fancy's got that solved by being on a sand team, so it's gonna have higher special defense. And it's another stealth rock setter, not that he needs it, but you know, another bulky rock type on a sand team goes crazy. That brings me to my pick. Let me get back to. No, sorry. I will grab Arctozolt.
Arctozolt.
I believe they have this slush slide, right?
They've got Slush Rush.
Slush Rush.
So this is the
If snow's active,
the
the
snow
Pokemon speed
version
is
of
doubled.
Dracozolt. However, it's a lot
Yes.
slower, which makes it worse. And it also has to be an Ice type, which also makes it considerably worse. But it does it does that same purpose for it.
Uh-huh.
The Italian flag has been posted on the Garganackle pick.
I don't know
Sure.
why.
That must be an inside joke, but Skyser's going to take their Mega. Skyser, this is a traded pick from Koneko. And Skyser will take Mega Altaria.
Yeah. I know he was looking at Mega Altaria. He's
Yeah.
like thinking how late he can get it.
And I mean, you know, most people have got their Megas at this point, right? So you can just kind of start having your pick of the Megas now. Mega Glade
Yeah.
is still on the table, which really surprising. I'm being completely honest here. Brings us to Logan, who's going to grab Mega Glalie after Mega Bonnet was taken.
Oh,
3 points.
a nice 3.
Nice 3 points. That brings us to pick 100, the end of the 5th round. Whalefish grabs Chandelure and then Umbreon. So he gets his team mascot, the Charlemagne Chandelure, grab Chandelure, and then they grab Umbreon.
All is right in the world.
Another 9 points. So Whalefish has 3 points left. For all of you keeping
Wow.
track at home. Which is kind of what he did last season. He just kind of said, I'm going to roll with a 7-mon team and just pick up something at the end. Then we get
Yeah, and I mean, with this round, it's going to be the 6-mon for each team as well, so.
Yep. The Weather Ball Jolteon are grabbing Sand Slash. So I don't think they had a Rapid Spinner, so he's got one now.
May as well, you know. It's got the Sand Rush. Whatever, right? You know, Sand Veil.
This goes back
So.
to Oneko, who, oh, this appears to be broken, but Flygon. 7 points. Flygon's solid with 7.
Yeah, definitely.
Ground immunity, too, is really nice.
Mm-hmm. Here's that.
I believe Zafton has just taken my pick.
Has he now?
I believe pick 104 belongs to me. It does.
Does. He's got 107.
Yeah. So Sandslash, Flygon, and then I'm gonna be picking up Turtonator. Ooh.
Burdinator. The 36 speed.
Yeah. Well,
On the
you
Turt?
see here, if you Shell Smash with him, he can be like faster than some things.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. 3 points though is very nice.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, now it's going to be the head-butting hogs.
Yep. I'm taking a look here. This is where their draft plan changes. So they had 2 of those. Didn't get either of those, so they want Zapdos is who the headbutting hogs are going for. Ooh.
Zapdos always doing well. Right?
Yeah. Surprised it lasted this long. 16 points. One of the few remaining mons that high. But it's just like a good solid Pokemon every time. They can never make that mon not good. year after year they nerf it, and it just keeps coming back better than ever. It's just it exists and it's always solid. War is going to take Dragonite at 106. 13-point Mon. Does not get access to Terra, so no Terra normal extreme speed shenanigans. However, multi-skill is a good ability, and at 13 points, it's very good for being, you know, a 600 base stat Pokemon.
Yeah.
That brings us to pick 104. I mean 107. My pick that was stolen has actually been redone. It is Empoleon, going to the electrics. Another steel type, so back-to-back steals.
Yes.
But a ground weak Pokemon that the team with 3 ground immunities is looking at. So the electrics so far have 3 ground immunities to help like any electric type Pokemon, but do not have an electric type Pokemon other than Thundurus.
Oh.
So their one electric type Pokemon was already not weak to ground. The Tandemaus are going to pick up Hitmonlee. 6 points. Chicken Nugget. So, those of you who know what Hitmonlee does, it makes a lot of sense on a team with Psychic Terrain. Because what it likes to do is it will click Endure, and then get a attack boost from a Lychee Berry. It has the Unburden ability, and then it will outspeed everything with Unburden and an attack boost and kill everything while it's at 1 HP by clicking Reversal. And so the way to beat it is with a quick attack type move. But you can't do that because Tapu Lele's on his team.
What's that mean? Why is that?
Tapu Lele sets Psychic Terrain, and you can't use priority moves on Psychic Terrain.
Ooh.
So you have no way to deal with this other than living a hit from a max power reversal at +1. Okay, Muffin.
Well,
It's another Mon he wanted. We took a break from Mons Muffin wanted when he took Excalibur. I don't think we knew if he wanted that or not. But Hydrapple goes for Muffin.
I know he wanted that. At least.
Derek,
it's funny looking, I mean.
What's the idea with Grafaiai here? We're running out of
Bankster, good pivot. It's a grounded poison, decent coverage. That is pretty much all that went into that pick.
But is Shroodle's bugs?
He's pretty nice. We've got Charbotron. She took a 4-point Pokemon last round. Xurkitree.
It'll be the Zerk. What's up with this guy?
So Xurkitree has 173 special.
Jeez!
Yeah.
I am seeing that now.
It goes crazy. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Sounds cool.
They've got so it can't beat. It has really bad coverage. So it has really a hard time beating grass types and ground types. However, you've got Sceptile and Qianpao to deal with those. Qianpao covers for Xurkitree really, really well because it beats grass and ground types. So I like that pick a lot. Lost Silver is taking Snorlax. 12 points. I'm surprised Snorlax costs 12 points, but I think it improves a lot in Draft League, where you can really take advantage of like berry shenanigans with it, and item clause is, restricting you. Also a really bulky Pokemon that, like, only 1 weakness to fighting, and you've got a Hisuian Zoroark and a Clefable already on the team to cover that. Makes it like a really solid pick, I think. It's also another special wall, and you've got a physical wall in Sam Ground.
Yeah.
Sonic's going to go Archaeudon. So the Rain team does not get Archaeudon.
That is very good.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, so Archaeudon gets a signature move that it powers up in Rain, essentially. It's like a Meteor Beam that activates immediately if the Pokemon's in Rain. So you see it a lot in Rain.
Good on.
Archaeudon newly added 600 base stats with a phenomenal typing and really good abilities. So this thing's an absolute menace, even if it's not in Rain. You can give it a Power Herb instead. For 114, Slow Bro. 15 points.
Slow Bro.
Basically does the same that Slow King does, just a little bulkier. It's a Regenerator pivot. So Skyser's team kind of needed that. He doesn't really have any defensive options yet, so good pick there. Erases is going to go Sinistra, which I know people were asking where this guy's gonna go. Fedora Master. And it goes 6th round to Erases. So another actually annoying Pokemon to deal with because it's really bulky because it can strength sap. So it lives a lot more hits than you'd expect. It also has heat proof to cover its fire weakness. So
Fun one to use.
that also completes a Fire Water Grass Core for Erases with its most recent 3 picks of Alomomola, Moltres, and Sinistra. We've got Panini. Does he just grab another Photosynthesis Mon?
He would never.
I feel like we're gonna see a Photosynthesis Mon come off the board right here.
Could never.
How many are there still?
I think there's a fair amount, aren't there?
Yeah, I'm seeing some.
No.
We got Great Knack, for example. Oh, Skarmory.
Oh, my pick.
Skarmory, 13 points. There's his hazard control, I guess. It gets. I think it gets
Yeah.
defog, right? Let me check.
It does.
So it can defog, but it can also set spikes and stealth rock.
It does.
Yep. So yeah. Skarmory. Okay, Nash Browns is gonna take Scizor. This is a Pokemon that makes a lot of sense in rain teams because it makes it less weak to fire type moves.
Yeah.
So
It's like what you're saying about the Mega.
yeah, it's the same deal with Mega Scizor that's on Sonic's team. Nash is going to take them on that likes being on rain teams a lot. And another Pokemon that's 4 times weak to fire just goes off the board here. Kartana. Invictus grabs a 3rd Steel type.
Sorry, I'm holding us hostage for a little bit here while I have to search.
I am also going to do that if it makes you feel any better.
I was really hoping to get that Skarmory there.
Kartana is, I think it's got like 181 attack. It's another one of those mons that just is absolutely crazy with clearing weaknesses, but it's like so strong that you can just overlook them. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. And when it does is hit really, really hard and then get base boost. So if you choice scarf this thing and get a KO, it's sometimes just the game.
Another little break.
Invictus
As,
says he wins,
both-
he has
both
both
me-
Pokemon, Corviknight and King Gambit. And then he drafts Kartana. He's so many fire weaknesses, but I don't think he cares. He's got Victini to eat those fire type moves. So Mega Gallade's still on the
Also
board.
figuring out what I want to do.
So is Spectrier, which kind of surprising, especially since going into this, I made some tweaks to the cost of some mons, right? Spectrier was banned. I had to unban this Pokemon to allow it because I thought it'd be fun, and no one took it.
Interest.
I didn't even put it at 19
Interest.
points. I put it at 17, and no one took it.
Okay, you know what? You know what? Maybe I'm cheating because I'm on the cast. Do you think I should take Spectrier right now? I was thinking about it. 'Cause
I
it gives
don't
me a
think it's a
special
bad pick.
mon on my attack heavy team. It gives me a ghost immunity on a fighting weakness team. But I'm kind of nervous just because again I'm kind of concerned here. Okay, no, I'm gonna do this one. Sorry, chat.
Pictures banned and my heart says cone.
Hatterene. Ooh. Okay.
One,
I was gonna say you have a weakness to hazards right now. You don't have a way to clear them. Hatterene
No,
is
I
a
have
way to
that
make sure they
magic
just don't
bounce.
get set up in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always scary. Funnily enough, this can set Trick Room, which some mons like Celesteela and Tyranitar can actually thrive in.
And in case they kill my T-Tar, if I lose my sand bonus on my Sand Rush Pokemon, I'm not punished as heavily. So maybe something in the books there that we can cook around. But
That brings us to the end of round 6. Okay, we are doing this
Yeah.
way faster than expected. I thought this would take like 2.5 hours. We're only an hour in.
We're only an
people were
hour
ready.
in. Oh my
People were
god.
ready. We're like
Hold on,
more
I'll
than
hold
halfway
us up a
through the
little
draft.
bit. I'll hold us up a little bit more if it makes you feel better.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
You can take your pick and then we can talk for a sec. 'Cause that'll be 6 rounds, and I think now is the time where people start to actually need to have more time to think about their picks. So you can take 2 minutes to kind of go over teams because everybody has their starting lineup. They're starting.
Yeah,
and I'm
assuming
up
that they're
in
gonna be
3
starting with
again?
these.
Yep.
Assuming that they're gonna start this. Yeah, get ready, Flambeau. Oh. Okay. Oh.
Well, while I've got you, Derek, what do you like best? 'Cause the other 2 guys are got to think about this.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I was also thinking too, but this I can
You got the longest time before your pick.
I do have the longest time. Nash's team is scaring the shit out of me.
Oh, language. Sorry.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. We're on stream. My bad. Rain teams are not fun to deal with. And yeah. Same with Panini. They're going into the niche. They're creating very strong teams based around weather. This is very like shown by Charb's team last season. It was
Charlie was the only one who just straight drafted weather, and it worked really well.
It worked very, very well. What other teams do we have? We have Sand from you just got a fairy type.
Sand from Flambeau's team, the Slagooners, Mount Silver Helix are also running Sand, and the Headbutting Hogs are running Sand. We got 3 Sand teams.
Yeah, I like Hatterene as his pick because he has quite a few dragon types, I must say. Skyster is looking scary. He has Mega Alteria to deal with the weather if he needs it, and Slowbro is a great pivot, so he did pretty well. Racy's, I'm not exactly sure what does Mega Aggron set weather?
No, it has filter, I believe that's its ability, which makes it take only 75% damage from super effective moves.
I see.
It's a pure steel type as well. It loses its rock typing.
I don't know what Erases is cooking, but it's scary.
It's Sand with Fire, Water, Grass.
I see.
So
okay, I got mine.
Okay, if I'm being honest, I think this is the closest anybody has done to making a stall team. Because he does have a Alomomola and Sinistra.
Yeah, Sinistra, Alomomola, Gigalith has decent defense stack, but also a good attack stat.
Yeah, he's going with like a defensive team. That's what he's cooking.
Yeah.
Okay, we got our pick in. Riddle is taking Cinderace, which I'm actually surprised.
Very strong pivot. Very, very strong pivot.
14 points, one of the more expensive monsters. Yeah, it's very scary to get as your like 6th Pokemon on the team. Surprised it was open that late.
Do I go the 1-point mon or the 5-point mon and hope the 5-pointer stays?
I don't know. I can't tell you. Go the 1 point because it's funny.
Go the 1-pointer?
Yeah.
All right.
Also because I think you
do
want
I
the
actually
5
do
point
that?
I want.
I'm doing this.
Ooh. Xatu. Oh, another Magic Bounce Pokemon. 2 of them in the past couple picks here. There's the 5-point Pokemon off the board. So yeah, you had Galarian Weezing, Iron Shreds, and Xatu to deal with hazards. So I don't think your team's scared of hazards anymore. I'll say that. You're protecting your Cinderace, who's weak to the Stealth Rock on the switch in, which lets it not have to worry about running heavy duty boots. Which
yeah.
Ogerpon Water finally goes. I thought this guy would go in the first 2 rounds, maybe third. And here we go, 7th round, finally falling. Flambo, I know you wanted this guy earlier too.
I was gonna draft him third, but then I was like, okay, maybe not.
Yeah, you're happy with yourself with that one.
I'm happy to get him this.
Because there's no way. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's no way you should have gotten Obi-Wan Wellspring in the 7th round draft.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous.
I'm very happy. I got a little bit more coverage. Water absorb if I really wanted it against a rain team, even though there's not too many. Gives me my grass coverage here for my ground and rock fellas, as well as any fire types that may come my way. I got a little. I have just a little bit of a presence there. I have to be concerned about at least my pseudo speedy Pokemon as well, in case sand goes down ever.
Yeah. I'm hoping and praying my point one Mon stays. I also looked, by the way, I do not face the Sun team, so I am fine. I was worried about it. I'm like, if I face the Sun team, I'm going to get this, but I'm not. So I'm like, okay, I'm being chillin'. So, Victus's pick is in as well.
Bulky water fairy type with
Be the Primarina.
Disarming voice. Very scary. Magnets.
At 12 point leaving Invictus with 3.
So yeah, you're weak to fire, not anymore. Grabs the bulky water. Doesn't have to worry about it. Shuckle grabs Magnezone.
Magnet pull maybe.
I know some people were looking at Magnezone, especially I know Fancy was. That was on his draft board as a potential pick. Anini is on the board. He goes Swampert. I'm not sure what the idea with Swampert is, but it's a good bulky water. It's weak to grass, I guess, and so your team as a whole is not weak to grass, so you don't have to worry about Swampert being weak to grass, I think is the idea with that one. Araces is going Flamigo. There's a funny little guy. More often seen in doubles due to its co-star ability, but it gets scrappy as well, so it can hit ghost types. Maybe he's using this as like his sweeper once you know he chips down the enemy team enough with all his stall.
Bro, there was no way they made a Pokemon that's just a flamingo.
Yep.
Right?
And they
named it Flamigo.
Flamigo, yeah. Creativity at its finest.
I mean, I love them. I love them like so much with all my heart. But it is wild. They make like Pokemon like these ice cream cones and like these flamingos. Then they have things like friggin' I don't even know. Tapu Koko. Like I don't understand what it's just so different.
We've got Donphan for the Torchic Chicken Bakes. These guys are taking a rapid spinner finally. And a good one at that.
Yes.
Donphan being the it's pretty nice. It's
very
budget
good.
great tusk. Sonic after him, Tornadus Therian.
There's another one of the genies.
Another genie off the board. This is a Pokemon with Regenerator. Getting a 16-point Regenerator late in the draft, you're pretty happy with yourself.
Bro, all of Sonic's picks have been double digits.
Yep.
I'm looking at this.
That's what happens.
And it is wild.
Having 120 budget does that. So does Muffin. 120 budget.
It's crazy.
So does Fancy.
Yeah.
Lost Silver is gonna grab Nidoking. Ooh. So Nidoking, another Sheer Force user. The reason Nidoking costs 12 is because Sheer Force is so good. Otherwise, like if you just go based on how Nidoking is in the meta game or whatever, it's in a lower tier. But having Sheer Force in Draft League is just so strong.
I'm looking at Lost Silver's team. I'm seeing a lot of fellas that can hit really hard.
Yeah.
Charbatron's up next. Rabska. So Revival Blessing is on the board here. So she can revive Mega Metacham or Chienko. Or like Xurkitree, who are all really fast and have priority moves that can like KO. So they don't care about their health bar a lot of the time. They're just gonna hit until they die. Like they're gonna keep hitting things. And if something lives a hit, then they die. But if it can just make everything fall over, it doesn't matter what its health bar is. So Rabska makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That brings us to Red Cactus.
Put it in.
Gorgeous. So getting a special wall.
Yeah,
Using all but one of your points. So you're effectively done here.
pretty much.
Just like me. Just like me.
Yeah. I think you didn't have a fairy type up until there, yeah. So
Good to pick one up.
I mean, no, I had the Dirge, right? Or a Dirge Ghost. Or am I
Ghost.
crazy? Okay, I'm stupid.
Muffin Lumps continues to get everything he wants.
Leevor.
Leevor.
Oh, that Pokemon's still
Leevor's
up.
so good for me.
So
Wow.
Muffin's
Leevor's so good
Muffin's
for me,
got
man.
Glamora and Cleavor.
If things just hit Muffin,
And
he
Tinglu.
gets the set.
Everything he's got all the best setters. He only doesn't have Hisui and Samurai, but I don't think he cares that much with he's got that.
He's committing to the bit. He knows what he wants to do, and he's getting it done.
The Mossdeep Tandemaus are going to type Poltergeist, which essentially does the same thing Hitmonlee does. Instead of using reversal stuff with Endure, it just shell smashes and says, hit me.
Huh.
Because the problem with
Kappa.
Poltergeist is it's weak to Sucker Punch, which is the most common priority. Can't use Sucker Punch on terrain, on psychic terrain. So that brings us to, I believe, Zafton.
I believe. I don't think there are any really trades here this late. It looks like it's just same here on out. Looks like with us only taking an hour 20 so far, if we want, we can.
Yeah, we could talk about them.
So instead, like last draft, which 2.5 hours.
Yep. we got the hang of it this time.
Yeah.
Going through
It's
it.
Gardos. Big thing from Zafton come in. The Gardos.
Intimidate user, strong Pokemon.
Hey, I have
already
that
did have the Empoleon, but again, Gyarados always just nice to have.
It's
could be the
another
swap in
ground
for
immunity.
Rain. Yeah.
Ground immunity number 4. Guys, don't bring ground types against Zafton.
Whatever you do.
My Mega Garchomp.
His name is. Wait. I get it. His name is the Electrics. People think he's gonna just be like the Electric one-trick team, right? So they're gonna bring ground, and then you'd be like, you can't do that. You can't do that.
All right, that brings us to Fancy, I believe. Fancy.
Yeah, War taking Tentacruel
Fancy gets.
as well. So
Gastrodon and
9
Amoonguss
point
are
leaving with
already
21
taken,
points.
which means Fancy gets Amoonguss.
Among
Or stall on Fantasy.
No. That's
Stall with the
gross.
Sandstorm passive proc, that's gonna be a very annoying team to go against.
I love Spore and Garganackle and Gardango all on the same team.
Yippee.
Garganackle plus Spore, go Burr. That brings me to my pick. And
What are you doing?
I taking a funny little guy.
What's he cooking? What's he cooking?
How funny.
Taking
Ooh.
Ursola?
Arian
I was
Ursola
thinking
Geller
about
is
it.
super cool.
I like the idea of it. I mean, I was thinking about getting it just because I like it so much, but I mean, I already have a ghost type,
Yeah.
so I want to sort of spread the love.
It's my Throngler.
Mm-hmm.
Way worse than
Oh,
the knockoff,
no.
but a little more active.
The Eviolite.
It's
Weird.
essentially a Dusclops, but with strength set.
Yeah, strength 7 is
Aw.
gross.
Koneko is gonna go Heatran.
Heatran
Heatran.
number
Heatran.
138. That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Heatran
Magma
that late.
Storm.
They had 18 points available. So picking up, a Heatran that late because you have so many points available, you can get your pick. Very nice.
Heatran,
Yeah.
Blacky, and Sneasler. That's my team.
And
That's
so
my team.
So he's put together the budget version of Rillaboom with Thwacky. Rillaboom's undrafted, but it makes Heatran take half damage from most of the ground types. So it's like how
It's also
Scizor
good
is
for Toxic
gonna take half damage. Yeah, Scizor is gonna take half damage in Rain from Fire type moves. So yeah, good little synergy there. brings us to the end of round 7. Start round 8. Whalefish.
Oh, we forgot Logan. We forgot Logan.
Oh, sorry.
Number 139.
Soon Electrode.
Electrode. Okay. 4-point mon.
This was
Well,
the one I was
very
thinking
interesting
about.
pick.
I was close. I was close to getting this.
This is super fast. It's actually really nice. It can set screens and it's super fast. And it can pivot out, and then it also has access to leaf storm. It's a very underrated mon. I was like.
Don't forget about its like signature move.
Explosion!
Oh, not that one. There's another one. Let me get it. Let me get it real quick.
So that brings us
Aurora
to
Blast. User
the
loses
Current
50%
Chandelure.
HP.
We're gonna take Rampardos and Bastiodon.
It's like two peas in a pod, right? These are the two Gen 4 fossil mons,
Bastiodon
right?
is 1 point.
Yep.
Derek is bewildered and stunned.
Yeah, it's like a pretty decent Pokemon at 1 point, but it's also weak to 4 times weak to everything. So it does have that feature.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're just a funny
Body
little pairing
press.
that Whalefish can get for 3 points. I think they go together because they're the version exclusives of each other, the different fossils.
Yeah.
Which brings us back to the Weather Ball Jolteon, who we're gonna finish the team with Vulpix. 1 point Pokemon sets the weather is sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The
Nice little
Geosenge
dude.
Goodra gonna take Mr. Rhyme for 2 points. Clear screens on entry.
Interesting.
Kind of a funny pick.
Oh. Interesting.
Which brings me to mine, and I'm gonna finish my draft with this pick of Eldegoss,
Eldegoss.
which is a 2-point Pokemon that is not weak to ground, which is very important for me. Big ground weakness right now. That can both rapid spin and has regenerator.
True.
Yeah.
Fancy.
That way has rapid spin?
Yep. Fancy.
Bruh.
I need to take 1 second because Fancy's plans have run out, and they still have a pick
Oh,
left.
God.
I see.
Yes, 2, possibly.
Well, he still has 9 points left.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they could get 2.
That team. Oh.
So Fancy has a weakness to water and ice right now. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking maybe taking a bulky water from Mr. Fancy.
Bulky water for 9
8 points
points.
to work with. 8 points to work.
Oh wait, does he have to get 2 more?
No, just one more.
Well, the final pick's
He
gonna
wants
be
to get Lechonk. He wants to get Lechonk.
Does he have a spinner? Does not have a spinner. All right, a Rockwanid or Cloyster maybe.
Arcanid would be very quirky.
Zapdos can defog, so maybe we go a Rockwanid.
A Rockwanid.
That resists all of the things his team's currently weak to. So yeah, I'm gonna give
Nice.
a Rockwanid. Whimsicott, my baby, taken off the board next by War, followed up by Rotom Mow from Zap. So Afton gets another electric type that is immune to ground.
It's like his bit. It's his bit, I swear.
Then the Moss Deep Tandemaus. Gonna grab Quagsire, which finishes the team, and it's an unaware mon that I'm sure Rusty can take advantage of. They also can set Stealth Rock and Spikes, I think. It's a bulky pivot for him, which I think he kind of needs. And in the hands of a good player, Quagsire is very good.
Yeah.
Derek, what's
Will
on
be
TV?
what, Muffin?
I do think this is the entertaining part of the draft, like everyone said, because this is kind of where we see kind of those make or break Pokemon, where everyone can have that kind of like core idea, working their way through the draft, getting those either powerful Pokemon or playing around their archetype. But it's how you really clean it up here around the edge, where we can see, oh, maybe here's what people are thinking to bring some weeks versus others, how they might play around certain, teams maybe that they're scheduled to play against. All these types of things. Of course, there are trades, during mid-season, but it is definitely interesting to see some of these smaller point mons go out now. Yeah.
Speaking of lower point mons going out now, Muffin decided not to do that at all and goes Aurora. At a nice crisp 16.
When you have those types of points, first of all, I'm kind of surprised Muffin went for the Zeraora instead of just the Spectrier. Again, Muffin doesn't really have a ghost type yet. His team is looking a little bit weak to fighting moves, so it's kind of thinking he might go for that. But again, Zeraora very strong, very fast.
Well, you see, Zeraora can do one thing that Spectre can't do, and that's switch out.
Oh.
It gets
Yeah.
switch.
Volt switch.
Let's
Very
go,
good.
Volt
Spectre does
switch.
not. Derek, Dracloak. All right.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's coming to a lot of games. Right?
it's coming to every single one. Telling you right
1 point
now.
Mon, finishing it out.
Probably the strongest 1 point one I could find after Bastiodon.
Trebitron up.
Easy.
Gonna pick Weezing. Does not leave her enough points to pick up a Skitty, unfortunately. But does use all
Oh.
her
No way.
budget.
It's tragic.
She did need a physical wall, and Weezing actually accomplishes just that.
But the Skitty.
True. Brings us to Lost Silver's pick. Cloyster, Pokemon
Ooh.
almost
Cloyster.
taken for fancy. We'll go a couple picks later to the Drowsy Deceivers, using up all of their budget. So their team is done. Sonic has 8 points as well. Revavroom using all their budget. That's 4 picks in a row that have used the final budget for these teams.
I know Sonic was really looking at Revavroom. And the fact he was able to get him just last round for him.
Yeah, he's got a ground immunity and Tornadus that can pivot in really easily, so having a 4x ground weakness doesn't matter too bad when you've got that. Type Null.
Type no.
That is 5 points using all of Skycer's, so 5 picks in a row that have used
Interesting.
all budget. Erases is going
What's up with-
Guzzlord, which will also use all of the budget. He's a funny guy. Guzzlord. He's so bad, but he's so funny. Such a terrible.
He has so much
Such a
HP.
terrible Ultra Beast. Like,
He is funny looking.
He was very scary when I played Pokemon Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super scary. I thought he was gonna be so awesome, and then I looked up his stats.
He's the most difficult Ultra Beast to catch. Pachinini?
That's
Pirate.
so mean. Oh.
Has taken Wartortle.
Turtle
So that War can't have him,
Ooh.
potentially? War had 13 points left. War can pick anyone.
I mean, Panini also still has 18 points, so Panini
So
could
that's-
just take any Pokemon on turn 9.
Eviolite, Rapid Spin. It may even get
Yeah.
Shell Smash.
That is
um,
true.
Next, though, San Francisco Shaman. Nash Browns is going to take Kingdra, using up all but 1 budget. So that's another rain Pokemon. It's got Swift Swim. It gets Sniper plus Draco Meteors, so if you can make it so that it crit rate increases, it can just keep firing out Draco Meteors and they'll crit every time. So you won't have to worry about the special attack drop off. And it also threatens with water type moves and rain as well. So if you try to switch in to resist water, you'll just get hit by a Draco Meteor. If you try to switch in, say a fairy type, you're just gonna get hit by a water type move. Invictus is gonna take Trapinch for 2 points. Trapinch is really
Trapinch.
funny. It gets Arena Trap. So in very specific matchups, this could come in and delete a weakness of Invictus's. Say maybe a fire type Pokemon that it can one hit KO with an Earthquake with a Focus Sash. So if there's a fire type Pokemon, he might have to sack something, but if he brings this in, he can just click Earthquake and it will probably fall over. It's got 100 base attack. That brings us to Flambo. Your pick is Houndstone.
It is.
What is Houndstone doing?
Houndstone is going to be my ghost type that I have a lot of fighting weakness Pokemon, as well as Houndstone also gets Sand Rush, as a matter of fact. So
That it does.
I can bring him in and take a fighting move and then still hit back pretty quick if I need to. So pretty happy that this fell this late for me.
It does not get its signature move, fortunately, but if it did, it would be banned. So.
Oh wait, what's its signature move?
Last Respect.
Last respects.
Oh.
I think it adds 50 for each dead teammate, so it can go up to 300 if you keep it alive to the end and one shot anything with.
It can actually go
extra
even
speed.
higher if you have a revival,
Revival blessing.
which is really
What
stupid.
if I ask really nicely?
Riddle, your final pick of the draft, Hisuian Zorua,
Yes.
funny little guy.
He's so funny. I mean, last season I had the Hisuian Zoroark, and it was really fun to try and do stuff with that. And bro, I don't like all the Hisui mons, which I love them all. Hisuian Zoroark is such like a little guy. Like, look at him, right? And I mean, I can still do some funny things if I really want to with the illusion. So.
Are you taking another one, Riddle?
A 0-point mon?
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Hang on. Let me take mine then, because I will take then.
Okay, so yeah, another mascot goes in this last round. Hisuian Sliggoo is too many points. Would you like?
Wait, I
regular
thought it was
Sliggoo?
only one.
I think regular Sliggoo
Nope.
is only one.
Okay, give me the normal one.
All right, regular Sliggoo.
My fault. Happy to get my Sligooner picked up.
Okay, so we're gonna skip over some people who don't have points left or who don't want to draft.
Yeah.
Yes, it does appear that way. Is Invictus skipping? It looks like
Hold
they have
on.
1 point.
I'm asking.
I assume 1. Why not use it, right?
Yeah.
Well, it can if you want to save points for potentially a free agent drop. It can let you
Oh, this is true.
just keep them if you want. 1 point. But not big deal. Okay, so he's skipping. Bramblin is taken for 1 point by the Shaman.
So yeah, I would assume here is where people are looking for
It can
a
wrap
rapid
it.
spinner.
I think that's all he needs.
Yeah, rapid spin, tidy up, defog, all those good things for people who may be searching for that.
It's an Invictus. Man.
Okay, so
Good.
Panini's skipping for now. We'll come back to him. Muffin.
Looks like Invictus. Well.
These beats are the purest. Prove it.
Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna ask him directly. I will be back.
I
Youch!
can't wait for me to drop my Sligoo to then pick up something with tidy up or anything. No Skarmory is hurting. Except that my Hatterene always.
You go
hits
to
the
again?
magic bounce. What?
Any? I went to pin.
Yeah.
Well, Celesteela is like kind of your substitute for Skarmory. It's a very strong Pokemon still for both.
Yeah, but
Might
I mean,
not have defog, but it's still.
yeah,
you still
but
have
it also
Hatterene.
doesn't have like spikes, which is kind of a problem for me. My spike setter is
Well, keep in mind free agency still exists too. So
Yeah.
if you have something that's still on the board, Aegislash and Annihilate are still super strong here.
yeah.
And Buzzwole, which I'm surprised didn't go, is still super strong too.
Okay. So, Muffin's pick.
I know this one. Maybe the Mega Sceptile.
Oh.
I would assume so because he doesn't have a Mega yet.
Is there anyone else who?
He was
doesn't have a
messaging
Mega?
me.
I think
He's
the only
messaging
one.
me. He's like, Brittle, do I go Mega Sceptile or the refrigerator?
The
And I'm like, I think Mega Sceptile.
It Rotom.
Yeah. So I told him Mega
There it
Sceptile.
is, Mega
Yeah, there
Sceptile.
you go. Yeah, okay.
So with that, he's got 2 Shed Tail Pokemon, and all Shed Tail Pokemon have been drafted. Zafton has input his pick early. He takes
Electivire.
Also, just an interesting thing. They do still have points, so this may change. But the Geosenge Gudra still do not have a Mega. They're the only team without a Mega currently.
Oh, true. There is some good megas and
There's
I think
2-point Megas still available. So
Mega
Mega
Ampharos,
Abomasnow,
Abomasnow,
Ampharos.
there's Mega Ampharos or Mega Abomasnow. War does not take Blastoise, so War Turtle will not be picking up their mascot. Instead, going Gengar to make sure they make use of all their points. Fancy is up.
Well, we all know who it is.
Let's- And then we got Oneko. Oneko, and then after that, I think Panini looks like they're back, so they can take their pick.
Invictus doesn't want one?
No. Invictus is gonna, I think, drop Trapinch and pick something else up. Changed their
Okay.
mind last second. Masquerain, so they will not get
They
a
will not
Mega.
have a Mega.
Although Masquerain's very good, I used this last season, and it's just like a nice thing to have in your back pocket for when you want a sticky web setter. Okay, Panini, the last pick of the draft.
We'll just take
Grab
this picture. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay, makes sense. That's an okay pick.
is
It's the last
Panini completely new?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back budget.
Okay.
I think that explains the War Total pick. I think he just wanted to make sure that Spectre was the last pick of draft. So Mega Gallade goes undrafted. Most expensive non-drafted Pokemon, most expensive non-drafted Mega. Necrozma is the only 16-point Pokemon not taken. That doesn't surprise me. Annihilate went undrafted.
Yeah,
Flash went undrafted.
two very good pickups for free agency if some people
Mhm.
don't round out their roster.
Infernape went from being a first-round pick to undrafted. Volcarona is undrafted. That's really surprising. Quackleval is undrafted. It had the 3rd most KOs last season and won the league.
Very much so. But it's
Yeah, our Latias never ended up on the team.
and it's
Raging-
such a good Pokemon. Hawlucha is
Raging
also a
Bolt.
good Unburden.
Raging Bolt is undrafted. That's very surprising. I thought Panini would pick it up for the Sun team, but Looks like he's going with the Skarmory instead for that 13-point spot.
You could see him drop it too, right?
Yeah, I mean, we could see
yeah.
someone might pick some of these up later in the season, you know. So, the Throngler went undrafted. I'm really disappointed.
How many points is the
It's a
Throngler?
3-point mon. You could, for the price of 3 points, you can have yourself a Throngler. I can't believe it. My boy Quackleval and Throngler are gonna go undrafted after winning it all. Oh well.
I will tell you, I wanted Quackleval, except I was very weak to Fairy type Pokemon. I didn't need another.
Yeah,
Fairy.
you were pretty weak to Fairy. It would have worked pretty well if you didn't have that weakness, because
Yeah.
you get that Water type and a Rapid Spinner.
And Rapid Spin, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the draft. What do we think? Okay, right off the bat, first impressions. Who won the draft? Who's got the best team?
I like Skycer.
I mean, for me, it's kind of hard sometimes just to like compare. Like, you got Panini with these like all
Okay.
12 plus
Who has the
minus
best
Wartortle, and then
And then who drafted the best? How about that? We'll do it two. We'll do two things.
So
Riddle,
who
you wanna go
has the
first?
best team and who drafted best is second?
Yeah, who has the best team overall, and then who drafted? Riddle, you want to start?
Sure. Who has the strongest team on paper? I mean, I feel like Panini's got it pretty good, right? I mean, I think I might be biased with the Chiyu because I had him last season, but they also have Sun now, and then they have like the Hisuian Lilligant, the Walking Wake, stuff like that, as well as the Swampert to try and check a lot of the stuff, which is gonna like try to block the Chiyu along with the Lilligant. I mean, and he got Spectre last, like, come on.
Yeah, Sun Team, went to finals
That-
last season.
Yeah.
It's good. Who drafted the best, Riddle? Who gets the win? Even if they don't have the most budget, whose team looks the best for what they had to work with?
What they had. I feel like Logan is looking pretty good.
He poured everything into his top four, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean the Galarian, Slowking, the Kyurem, the Gliscor. I mean, I feel like it's such like a strong core along with the Blaziken, right?
Yep.
That if he really needs to outspeed stuff, he has the Hisuian Electrode as well, for the most part. So, and I mean, he has Vulpix too. So, I feel like he's got it pretty good. And I face him week 1.
Derek, what about you?
So I think the strongest team, it probably is Panini, but I would give a runner-up to Nash with their Rain. It's very scary. There's no like other obvious ones yet, but it will be more apparent. I think who drafted best is Riley. That expanding force thing that I see on ladder all the time is not fun. He has very strong core, lots of interesting strategies too that will be very apparent soon as well.
Yeah.
Lambo? What do you think?
I
Who's the
almost-
scariest team?
Okay, I almost am copying Derek's homework here. I mean, Panini, you just look at those Pokemon. Every single one of those Pokemon can sweep you in some day or the other. I mean, maybe not Wartortle, but you know,
On a good day,
on a good day, Wartortle can maybe get it done. Otherwise, Nash Browns, I really like. They came in with that plan. They have the Thundurus, can hit those Thunders, hit those Bleak Wind Storm, I think is the name of the move, whatever it's called.
Yep.
They have the Mega Swampert. They have the Scizor, not the Mega, but Scizor's still pretty good on that Rain team. I'm pretty happy if I'm Nash. And then for following their plan the best, I kind of have to give it to Rusty as well as Skycer, right? Playing around those Tapus that they're setting up, they're gonna get those value off of those twisted dimensions, everything like that. Rusty gets his Mega for 2 points, is able to just kind of lock down what he's gonna want to do. So we'll really see how that works out for him in the long run. But again, I think it's that team, if everyone had similarly matched Pokemon to Rusty, I think that team would probably take it all the way for sure.
I want to
Yeah.
change my answer for the best team. I think Skycer has it down.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The electric spam could go hard with Quark Drive. I think I won't say the same things as you guys. I honestly I think Flamber is the scariest. Dracovish Dracozolt is gonna be really hard to deal with in sand. If you can keep sand up and you have Ogerpon as well for like covering your weaknesses, it's just gonna like your team's gonna run people over. They're gonna be able to deal with you out of the gate or they're not. There's gonna be no in between. As for who drafted the best, I feel like there's a tie. So Charbitron has won it the past 2 seasons out of the gate, like having the best drafted team. I think she did really good. I really like Sceptile and Rapska as the low point Pokemon for that team because they work so well to help set up their Qianpao and Mega Metacham. But I also think Invictus's like core 6, even though it's like kind of Fire Weak, is so hard to deal with because they come at you from a lot of different angles. So you got Iron Valiant who's just gonna run you over. You got Mega Latias who can set, or Latios who also can run you over. It can also set up like Calm Mind. Victini can just come in and press a nuke. Kartana can sweep you. And then you've got King Gambit, where if you manage to deal with everything he's thrown at you, you can just lose to this guy in the back.
Yeah.
So I think you can maybe give it to Invictus as well.
Iron Valiant and King Gambit on the same team is very gross. Kartana's on it too.
Yeah, like it's just gonna be really hard to deal with all of those at the same time.
Yeah, 3 sweepers on and Mega Latios on top of that. So, wow.
I think that about does it.
Yeah.
First week is
Hour 47.
yeah, under 3 hours. Let's go.
Let's go. Under 2 even.
First week will start
20 people.
ASAP. I think there's a problem with the schedule. I'll fix that. But other than that, people can start getting their first games in and scheduled and battling. Who's gonna take it? Who's gonna take it? I don't know. I hold the crown still. Someone has to dethrone me this season.
Something
They
has
have
to
to.
finish.
They have
Please
to,
don't-
or otherwise
please
you only
don't
have
make
30
me.
points next season.
Please don't make me
3-0.
win my own league again. I'll have no points next season. Please. Anyway, thanks for watching. Anybody have anything else?
I don't think so.
No, really. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. Bye, Chad.
Bye.